This simple side hustle makes me $65 an hour, in cash, almost every single weekend. If you had told me that a year ago, I probably would have laughed in your face. Back then, I was convinced my 9-to-5 desk job was the only way I'd ever make a living. I was completely stuck in that cycle, dreading Monday, living for Friday, and watching my paycheck vanish before the next one even hit. I was so wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you the simple service that consistently pays me more per hour than my full-time corporate job. And the best part? You can start this weekend with practically zero special equipment and a skill you definitely already have. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, and how you can too. For 3 years, my life was basically a carbon copy of itself, week after week. The alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. I slam the snooze button, chug some coffee, sit in traffic for 45 minutes, all to get to an office where I'd spend 8 hours staring at a screen, doing work that felt fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't lighting a fire in me. The salary felt decent, or so I thought. But after rent, car payments, student loans, and groceries, there was never anything left. I was living in that quiet state of anxiety a lot of us know all too well, where one unexpected expense, a car repair, a vet bill, could throw my entire budget into total chaos. Forget saving for a real vacation or a down payment on a house. I was just trying to keep my head above water. My breaking point came on a random Tuesday. I got an email about a destination wedding for one of my best friends. It was in 6 months. I was thrilled for him, but my heart just sank. I immediately opened my banking app, stared at my sad little savings account, and did the painful mental math. The flight, the hotel, the gift, there was no way. I was going to have to tell my friend I couldn't afford to be there. That feeling was crushing. I'm 28, I have a college degree, I have a good corporate job, and I couldn't afford a plane ticket to see my best friend get married. After weeks of dead ends, I was ready to give up. Then, I was talking to a co-worker, and she was telling me about her son, a high school junior, who was completely bombing chemistry. She was so stressed, saying she'd pay anything to find someone who could just explain it to him in a way that clicked. And then she said the words that changed everything. I've been looking at tutors online, and the good ones are charging $70 or even $80 an hour. It was like a switch flipped in my brain. My major in college was biology. I'd taken a ton of chemistry and actually loved it. I remembered spending hours in the library, helping my own friends wrap their heads around the concepts. It was something I was good at, and I genuinely enjoyed doing it. My first thought was, but I'm not a teacher, I don't have a PhD. That imposter syndrome hit me immediately. But then I realized her son didn't need a Nobel Prize winner. He just needed someone who was a few steps ahead of him and could break down complicated ideas into simple, digestible pieces. That night, I started researching private tutoring like crazy, and it confirmed everything my coworker said. While some big company websites show average rates around $20 an hour, specialized independent tutors were playing a totally different ballgame. Tutors for in-demand subjects like math, science, and especially test prep were getting anywhere from $40 to over $80 an hour. Suddenly, the idea of earning real money on the side didn't seem like a fantasy. This wasn't about delivering a burger. This was about delivering knowledge. It was a service with a huge perceived value, and the startup costs were next to nothing. I decided to just go for it. I landed my first client, my co-worker's son, that same week. I nervously told her my rate was $50 an hour. After our first 2-hour session on a Saturday morning, I had a crisp $100 bill in my hand. It felt like magic. Now I consistently charge and get $65 an hour. Here are the exact 4 steps I took that you can follow. Step 1. Find your profitable niche. This is the most important part, so don't skip it. You do not need to be a world-class expert. You just need to know more than the person you're teaching. Think back. What subjects did you crush in high school or college? English? History? A foreign language? Maybe it's not even a school subject. Are you a wizard with Photoshop or Excel? Can you play the guitar? The trick is to find a niche where there's a pain point. Parents will pay premium rates to solve an urgent problem, like a failing grade in Algebra 2 or the panic of prepping for the SATs. Test prep is a golden niche because it has a clear, high-stakes outcome. I niched down into AP Chemistry and SAT Science prep. That's what lets you charge more. Don't just be a tutor, be a high school geometry specialist or an AP US History exam prep coach. Step 2. Set your rate with confidence. The single biggest mistake new tutors make is charging too little. If your rate is too low, people might actually assume you're not very good. See what other independent tutors in your area are charging for your specific subject. Don't look at the big chain learning centers. Look at individuals. A great starting point for a specialized subject is $40 or $50 an hour. I started at $50. Once I had 3 steady clients and some good feedback, I raised my rate to $65. Step 3. Find your profitable niche. You don't need a fancy website or a marketing budget. My first 3 clients came from dead simple free methods. First, tell everyone. Post on your personal Facebook page. Tell your friends, your family, your co-workers. You never know who's quietly looking for help. My first client came this way, and my second was a referral from my first. Second, use local online communities. Join local parent groups on Facebook or neighborhood forums like Nextdoor. The key is to not be spammy. If you see a parent asking for advice about their kids struggling in math, jump in with a helpful comment. Then you can add, "By the way, I actually offer private tutoring for that subject. Feel free to message me if you'd like to chat." It's about being helpful first. Step 4. The zero equipment online setup. This is the beautiful part. You don't need an office. All of my tutoring is online. You really only need 3 things you probably already have: a decent internet connection, a computer with a webcam, and a free account with Zoom or Google Meet. Both have screen sharing and a digital whiteboard, which is perfect for working through problems together. You can literally start this business from your kitchen table. All right, if you're finding this useful, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It's free, it helps me out, and it tells YouTube to share this video with more people who might need to hear this. Once you have your first few clients, you can start thinking bigger. Making $65 an hour from one client is awesome, but you can earn even more. First, get testimonials. After a few great sessions with a student, always ask the parent for a quick review. A sentence or 2 is all you need. The next level is group sessions. Once you're confident, offer small group review sessions before big exams like midterms or finals. Think about it. Instead of one student at $65 an hour, you could have 4 students in a group, each paying $40 an hour. You're now making $160 per hour. The students get a lower price, and you more than double your income. It's a total win-win. Finally, just keep specializing. And the best part is how perfectly this all fits into a weekend schedule. I mean, when are students most available and most in need of help? Saturday and Sunday. Parents are often scrambling to find academic support for their kids over the weekend, either to get a head start on the week or to catch up on what they didn't understand. My prime time is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Just by working 10 hours over the weekend, I can bring in an extra $650. That's over $2,600 a month, on top of my regular salary, all from my laptop. And that wedding I was so worried about? I went, paid for the whole trip in cash, and bought my friend an awesome gift, all without a single drop of financial stress. That feeling of being stuck in a job you don't love, living paycheck to paycheck, it's heavy. I know, because I was there. But the truth is, you have valuable knowledge locked away in your head that someone else would be thrilled to pay you for. You don't need to go back to school or invest thousands of dollars to build a real income stream for yourself. You can start this weekend. You can find your niche, put the word out, and land your first client by this time next week. That first payment, whether it's $40, $50, or $65, is the most powerful one you'll get. It proves to you that this is real. It proves that you can make money on your own terms.